Okay, welcome to the Crow Discovery Project. On my last video, the solar clip, I left the wrong title card. So that last clip has the wrong title card. It's the title card from the one before. Sorry about that. And also, on that same clip of the sun, some sharp-eyed viewers found at least one legit object that I had not caught when I was reviewing the video. If you look at the comments, I forget what the time mark is, but in the comments a couple people found it, and there may be more than one. I haven't gone back through to look at it, but there's definitely one legit object that I did not see, again in a very straight trajectory, and pretty cool that people reviewing are looking so closely that they're catching things that I'm missing. Anyhow, this is a balloon falling that I filmed on the same day as the orb. I thought I had lost the clip when we were doing the review. I couldn't find it. I thought it accidentally got deleted out of the camera, but we have the clip. So it's going to come in here in a second in the upper left, and it's falling very, very quickly. So here it comes in the upper left, and there it is. Now what happens here is I'm trying to pan down, but my slew speed is not quick enough, so I very quickly jack up my slew speed to 7 and luckily catch it. When you're using a telescope and you lose something in the viewfinder, I mean, you're real lucky to get it back. It's just not easy to get a moving object. But here's the object. It looks weighted and it free fell very, very quickly. As you can see, I'm having to correct to keep it in frame so quickly that it's a bit annoying to watch. I'll slow it down here in a bit so it's not so bouncy. But it's definitely a balloon, no doubt about it. I filmed this about an hour after I filmed the orb, and at the end of this clip I will compare the orb and this balloon side by side. I also, at the end of this clip, make a graphic, one that takes some still frames and zooms them in so you can get a better look at the balloon, and another one I just made like an image of what I think this balloon might look like. But Chemplanes were flying, so I want to get this on the record. This is the second time we filmed a balloon object that we can definitely ID as a balloon when Chemplanes are around. And you know, your mind starts playing tricks on you. You know, we filmed that orb, and then we see this thing. It's almost like someone dropped a decoy. I know it's kind of silly to think that way, but it's a bit ironic to me that I filmed that very identifiable orb, and then this happens an hour later. Here it comes in the upper left, slowed down. And you can see the little tether on it, and I think it's like one of those balloons that has reflectors of some sort on it, but from the moment it comes in frame it's just falling really quick. And here's your jump times. If you don't want to watch this in slow-mo, you can jump to these times to see the orb compared, and the balloon does pop during its descent. So here it is down to 30%, and I get a little bit tired of watching this, but I want to get it on the record in case other people that are investigating Chemplanes film something like this. You know, maybe over time we can determine that these are being dropped by planes and there's some kind of a data collecting device or something like that. What's funny is most weather balloons, you know, they go up to a certain altitude and pop. Both this and the other chem bomb one, that I probably should have named something else, they both pop coming down. The chem bomb clip, it really pops pretty explosively. This one, when it pops, it just kind of looks like it deflates all at once. But anyhow, I'm going to let this run for a couple minutes. Well, not a couple minutes, but a bit longer here so that we can just get it on the record in case someone else films something like this. They'll have footage to compare, because I think that's important. But you can see on that tether there's 4 objects. I'm pretty sure there's 4. I went through quite a bit of the footage frame by frame, and they look like they're diamond-shaped like reflectors. And so I did a search, and I found other balloons that kind of have this look. It's hard to tell how big it is. I have no idea how far away I was from the object, but it was falling so quick I could barely keep it in frame, so it seems like that tether is weighted. And that's the other similarity between the chem bomb clip that I filmed and this. Once the other balloon pops, the tether unfurls from inside it. It's packed away inside, and it rotates around as it drops. This one does the same thing. If you watch that tether, it looks like it's kind of spinning in a circle, and it's weighted, and the resistance from the balloon is making the tether do that. Here it comes around, and you'll see there it goes. Now it's going away from us. So I think that tether is definitely weighted. It seemed to be falling much too quickly to not be weighted. And so then the question becomes, was this thing ever going up, or was it dropped by a Chemplane? It would be interesting to know, but this is the second one I filmed. So here is the footage of when the balloon deflates. It's not as explosive as the other footage I have, but you'll see there it goes right there on the upshift. It just kind of deflates all at once. There is a little bit of debris inside it, and I've manipulated contrast and brightness to get a better view. That white thing above it now is, I believe, part of the balloon, and the tether is still with that little white dot part, and it falls for minutes. I mean, I had to really crop this down. And now this is real time. Oh, it says 25% speed. That's wrong. This is real time. Sorry about that. That label is wrong. Okay, so here's the orb and the balloon side by side. They're both going to come in at the upper left, and you'll see how much faster the balloon is falling than the orb. The orb is kind of floating and then goes to the right and just levels off and goes level to the camera to the right. Right about here it starts going right, and that's when I lost the tracking. And then here's the balloon again, slowed down and zoomed in to 600%, and you can see it's just a straight fall with clearly a tether with some objects on it. So let's take a closer look at the balloon itself. Here's 4 frames that show the tether really well that I pulled out of the video. The smaller frame on top is as it looked in the video frame, and then the lower big frames are manipulated heavily, so to try to bring up those little things that are on the tether. So I think this might be what the balloon looks like, something like this. I found other pictures online that show this kind of thing, so this is my best guess. And then we'll close out just looking at those frames so you can see this. So hopefully if there's other people out there researching Chemplanes, filming Chemplanes, if they ever catch something like this falling, hopefully they can find this footage and have something to compare it to. So there it is. Cheers.